Now students, we will discuss the preparation of haloalkanes. So we can prepare haloalkanes by from different compounds, right? And they are mainly alcohols. So different compounds are alcohols, hydrocarbons, which will include alkene as well as alkyne also, and by the another method which is known as the halogen exchange method, right? So these are the three main ways of preparing the haloalkane. So students will first begin with the alcohol, right? So if we have to prepare the haloalkanes from alcohol, here again students we have got three methods. First is by reacting the alcohols with halogen acid. Second is by reacting them with phosphorus halides. PX3 or PX5, or we can prepare them by reacting with thionyl fluoride, that is SOCl2. So we will move step by step. So first we will discuss reaction of alcohol with halogen acid, right? So students, if we have to prepare the haloalkane, we can obtain it by reaction of alcohol RX with HX, that is halogen acid, to form ROH here, right? So we will get here RX plus H2. Now the cleavage of this C-O bond, right, ROH, that is alkyl group, the bond between C-O will be broken down, and the halide ion, that is X, will be linking to the or bonding with the alkyl group RX, right? So alcohol can be a primary alcohol or secondary alcohol. So generally the primary alcohol as well as secondary alcohol, they react with the halogen acid. Okay, let me take first HCl in presence of anhydrous ZnCl2 to form the haloalkane. So let's take the first example, CH3CH2OH. This is the primary alcohol. It will react with HCl acid, right, in presence of anhydrous ZnCl2. This is anhydrous ZnCl2 to form CH3 CH2Cl plus H2O will be removed. Similarly, if we have a secondary alcohol, that time also the same process will take place, right? And we will get here secondary alkyl halide form. This is the primary alkyl halide form. I think you can name it 1, 2. In this first carbon we have methyl, so it is methyl chloro or 1-methyl chloroethene. It is formed here. Now students, a question can arise in your mind that what is the role of anhydrous ZnCl2 here? Okay, let me discuss another example of it here. CH3C, this is a tertiary alcohol and it reacts with concentrated HCl, and this reaction is so fast, or we can say the tertiary alcohol is so reactive here that simply by shaking the both the reactant here, alcohol, tertiary alcohol with HCl, the haloalkane gets formed. right? So we will get here CH3. It is formed. So here we don't require anhydrous ZnCl2. So that means here primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol reactivity. This is the reactivity increases for the alcohol, right? That we don't require here the anhydrous ZnCl2. Now what is the role of anhydrous ZnCl2, student? It acts as a Lewis acid here. So Lewis acid, anhydrous ZnCl2 is acting as a Lewis acid, and what it does, this is the oxygen. Here it has got the lone pair on it, and anhydrous ZnCl2 acting as a Lewis acid, it just coordinates with this oxygen of the alcoholic group, right, and thus weakens the bond between C-O, right. As a result, the bond gets broken down and a carbocation is formed, and then a halide ion from the HCl will just get bonded to it. So anhydrous ZnCl2 weakens the bond between C-OH so that a carbocation is formed, right, and a haloalkane can be formed easily, right. So this is the way how the alcohol reacts with the halogen acid. Now we have discussed the reactivity, that the tertiary alcohol will be more reactive toward this reaction. So in this reaction, when we use the anhydrous ZnCl2 here for the primary and the secondary alcohol, this is known as the Groves process. Right? When we are having a anhydrous ZnCl2 and a primary and secondary alcohol reacts with the HCl, right, and a haloalkane is formed. Now student, what about the reactivity of the halogen acid? We have discussed the reactivity of one of the reactant of this reaction, that is alcohol. Now what about this halogen acid? Now students, the halogen acids, the reactivity HF, HCl, HBr and HI. Among this, the halide ion will be formed easily with this HI. So the reactivity increases in this order, right? HI is most reactive since its bond length is maximum here due to increase in the bond length H-I. So iodide ion will be formed easily, right? Now we cannot prepare the HF fluoroalkane by this method because of the high bond enthalpy of HF, right? So we can prepare bromoalkane also from here. So when we have to prepare the bromoalkane, right, that time students we will prepare it in situ. That means we are going to use the reactant KBr. We are not using HBr directly here. It will be prepared during the reaction, right, in situ, because KBr and H2SO4, when they will react, they will form here HBr. So here we will get CH3, CH2, Br formed, right. Along with that, we will get potassium, hydrogen, sulfate formed, and water will be formed. So this is bromoalkane. Similarly student, if we have to prepare iodoalkane, so we can again get it in situ. We will take Ki. We can, instead of KBr, we can use NaBr also. Here also, instead of potassium iodide, we can use NaI, sodium iodide. Now we will just get it reacted with phosphoric acid, H3PO4, and the product formed will be CH3, CH2I plus KH2 potassium hydrogen phosphate plus water will be formed, right. So in this way, here also the hydrogen iodide will be formed in situ. That is during the reaction between the two reactant Ki and H3PO4. So we have just discussed now the preparation of haloalkane from the halogen acid HX. Now we will discuss the preparation of haloalkane from the phosphorus halide. Right. So second is reaction of alcohols with phosphorus halide PX3 or PX5. Right. So we will first get the reaction done with PX3. Okay, let it be PX5 first, phosphorus pentahalide. Right. So here, depending upon here, what will happen? This alkyl group will react with chlorine and will form, halogen. It will form haloalkane. Along with that, we will get here POX3 form plus HX will be formed. For example, here we will take, if we have ROH plus PCl5, we will get here RCl form plus PuCl3, phosphorus oxychloride. This is known as phosphorus oxychloride plus this is HCl. Right? So we will get here haloalkane, that is chloroalkane here. And if we are using here ROH plus PCl3 student, that time we will get RCl. Right? Here RCl will be formed plus there will be formation of H3PO3, and accordingly students, you will balance the reaction here, 3 here, so it will be in this way. So R 3 alkyl group, oxygen 3, phase also 3, phosphorus 1, chlorine 3, so it is 3 here. So in this way you can get the haloalkane prepared from the phosphorus halides. It's not only from pentachloride, we can have from phosphorus pentabromide also, and from phosphorus pentabromide also. Bromide chlorides also can react with the alcohol to form the respective haloalkane. Right. Now next is reaction of alcohol with the thionyl chloride with SOCl2. Now here this is ROH plus SOCl2. Student, here we need a medium, that is pyridine or pyridine. We will use it, and there will be formation of RCl plus SOCl2, SO2 gas will be formed. Along with that HCl. Right, here this is haloalkane form, this is in the gaseous state, this is also in the gaseous state. Right, so SO2 and HCl being gases, they easily escape out being gases. Right, and haloalkane is separated out. Right, so among these three reactant, the one which is taken to be best reactant to react with alcohol to form the haloalkane, student, is thionyl chloride. So this is the best way or the best method to prepare haloalkane as the byproducts SO2 and HCl being gases easily separates out. Right, so the thionyl chloride will be the best reactant to get it reacted with the alcohol to form the haloalkanes. Now students, we will discuss another method of preparing the haloalkane, that is from the hydrocarbon. So hydrocarbon, we have alkane, alkene and alkyne. So alkane, through alkane we have the by free radical substitution method. right? But this method is generally not preferred because we get a mixture of haloalkanes formed, right? And if there is no difference in their boiling point, right, a very less difference in their boiling point, their separation becomes difficult, right? So but then also we'll discuss here that from alkane how we can get it. For example, if we have CH4 and if halogenation, let it be chlorination, is done in presence of the right sunlight, we are doing it, right, that time what will happen? In presence of the UV light, ultraviolet light, we will get CH3 Cl formed along with the HCl, right? Again, this reaction is not going to stop here. It will keep on going until and unless all the hydrogen atoms which are available there in the alkane gets substituted by the halogen atom, right? So still we are having CHCl3 and further chlorination will form CCl4, right? So you can see here that we are getting here chloromethane. This is dichloromethane. This is trichloromethane, also known as the chloroform. And this is tetrachloromethane, known as the carbon tetrachloride. Right, but this method, that is from the halogenation of alkane. This is alkane, that is the halogenation of alkane. This method, student, is not preferred. As I said now that if there will be if there will be very slight difference in the boiling point of the mixture of the halides which are being formed, it will become very difficult to get them separated, right? So instead of that, we will prefer to use them to prepare the haloalkanes from alkenes, right? So student, in alkene, let us take the first reaction of alkene with halogen acid. So here let us take first a symmetrical alkene. That is, let it be CH2 double bond CH2. Here we are get it reaction with HX. So if it's a symmetrical alkene, so HX halogen acid. So here H and X can link to any of the carbon atom here across the double bond. So we will get CH3 CH2 X. Right. So if X is here chloro, we will get chloro. If it is fluoro, bromo or iodo respectively, the haloalkane will be formed. Now student, if it become an unsymmetrical alkene, or if we have unsymmetrical alkene with us, that time student, the product, right, let it be X here. Now in this case student, this is an unsymmetrical alkenes grouping here, and we have to get this H plus and X negative across the double bond. Since it is unsymmetrical, so how we are going to decide that where will the halide ion go? X negative will go. To help it out, we have here Markovnikov rule, Kirchhoff's rule, according to which the negative part of the attacking reagent will bond to carbon having less number of hydrogen right? So negative part will attach to the carbon having less number of hydrogen across unsaturation or across the double bond, right? So here you can see that here across the unsaturation we have got this 2 carbon, and this one is having less number of hydrogen, and is having only 1. So this negative part will go here, it will become CH3 CH, this is X here, and this is CH3. So we will get, students, two products. This is going to be the major product, right, and the minor will be this one, right. So it will be in this way if it is an unsymmetrical alkene, right. Now the thing gets little changed when the peroxide effect comes here. If we add a peroxide here, right, so that means, student, the product, the major and the minor product, it will be guided according to the anti-Markovnikov's rule. Here we have got, so if anti-Markovnikov's rule, it will exist or it will work in presence of a peroxide, right. So that's why this anti-Markovnikov's rule is also known as the peroxide effect, and it was studied by Kharsh, which is known as Kharash or Kharsh effect, right. So it goes in this way, CH3 CH double bond CH2. So in presence of, student, one more thing is there here, when the addition goes across the double bond and in presence of peroxide, so the peroxide, the presence of HBr is important here. It will not work with HF, HCl, HI, right? It will only work with HBr. So according to the anti-Markovnikov rule, right, in presence of HBr and peroxide, the negative part of Br negative will be going to that carbon atom which has got the more number of hydrogen atoms. So this is going to be the major product, and this is going to be the minor one. So you can see that it's just opposite to that of the Markovnikov's. That's why it is known as the anti-Markovnikov's rule, right. Now thing can come in your mind that why it is working with HBr only and not with HF, HCl or HI, because with HBr the two steps that are involved during the free radical addition here, right, that both steps are exothermic, right. So this is their Br, so there will be generation of this Br negative, Br free radical, and when it attacks the two steps that are taking place, the two steps which we are talking, that which makes why we prefer this HBr, right. So this is the free radicals. So if Br dot gets linked to this CH3 CH Br, that time we will get a free radical, this one, and second one is CH3. If Br gets linked to this, we will get here as a free radical. So hope so you remember, we have discussed in class 11th also this. So here this one is the primary radical which has been formed, free radical, right, and here, student, this is the secondary free radical formed. So this step is exothermic in case of HBr, right. And the next step, student, after this, what is going, this was the step I was talking, that why we are taken the HBr only. The second step, what it will be after this, that is the, if the secondary free radical, we will take the stable one, so we are getting this. So here again this H dash Br homolytic cleavage will take place, and free radical which is getting formed here, CH3 CH2Br. This step is again an exothermic for bromine. So in case of HBr, both steps, right, both steps are exothermic, and hence it is being used, right, and not HF and HCl or HI, in which either one or both of them are endothermic in nature, right. This is about the preparation of the haloalkane from the alkenes by using the addition reaction with halogen acid. Now the addition reaction with alkene can take place with halogens also. So addition reaction of alkenes with halogens. For example, if it is in this way, CH2 double bond CH2, this is X2. In presence of carbon tetrachloride, it will be forming CH2, Cl and CH2X and CH2X. Right. So if a hydrocarbon contains a double bond, right, and if we use bromine water is reddish brown in color, right, and when an alkene is, and when it is added to alkene, right, and if it has got an unsaturation, student, it will decolorize. That means it will become colorless. The brown or reddish brown color of the of the bromine water gets discharged when it reacts with a alkene. So this is the confirmatory test of the presence of the double bond in a hydrocarbon, right. Now student, if it is in this way, CH3CH double bond CH2, right. So let me add it in this way. This is there. See, I want to show you here the allylic substitution, right. So this is there CH3. So here this one is the CH3 here. This carbon, it is linked in this way, right. This carbon is sp3 hybridized. Okay, now when the halogen, let it be chlorine here, it is just going to react with this alkene. That time, student, what is going to be the product? Now when the temperature is high, student, nearly 773 Kelvin at high temperature, chlorine will not undergo addition reaction, student. It will undergo, you will just check the temperature which is given to you, that when temperature is very high, that time the halogen will undergo the allylic substitution. It will undergo allylic substitution and the product form will be CH2 double bond CH, this is CH2 Cl plus HCl, right. This will be the product formed. Next, we are left with only one preparation. I'm just continuing with it, so but lacking short of time. But the next method, the last method, is the halogen exchange method. That means we will have a particular haloalkane and we will get it replaced by the other halogen, right. So in the Finkelstein reaction, student, this is the iodine preparation of iodoalkane. So let it be that we have here RCl, or our haloalkane is there, or fluoroalkane is there with us. We will get it reaction done with sodium iodide in dissolved in acetone. Heating will be done. We will get Ri and NaCl formed. So iodoalkane is formed by Finkelstein reaction. Similarly, students, we have this Schwartz reaction. This is the fluoroalkane formation method. in it, let it be RCl, haloalkane, chloroalkane, will get it reacted with the fluorine containing compound, let it be mercurous fluoride, or we can take AgF also, or COF3 also. So it will get RF plus Ag2Cl2, or we can have RCl with AgF. So we will get here RF plus AgCl form. Students, now the next is the Hunds-Dekker reaction. It is for the bromoalkane formation mainly. So it's also known as the Hunds-Dekker-Borodin reaction or Borodin-Hunds-Dekker reaction. Here the silver salt of carboxylic acid, let it be RCOAG. This is the silver salt of carboxylic acid. What is carboxyl? It's RCOH. We will take silver salt of it and get it reaction done with bromine water in presence of carbon tetrachloride. So student, what will be the product formed here? It will be RBr plus CO2 gas evolved, and it will be AgBr formed, right? This is the Hunds-Dekker-Borodin reaction, in which in presence of carbon tetrachloride, bromine water will be dissolved in carbon tetrachloride, right? And this silver salt of carboxylic acid will be decomposed into bromoalkane, carbon dioxide and AgBr, right? So these are the methods of preparation of the haloalkane. Students, just go through it, and the next class we will discuss the properties of haloalkanes, and then we will discuss later the preparation of haloarenes and their properties. Till then, just go through it and get these reactions practiced.